Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Rainy weekend here in the lower mainland. Rainy. And so, husband's out the house. Thought I'd take the time to just pull a card or two for you guys. In this upside down world. It is an upside down world out there right now. Truly, if I'm on a couple of different social media platforms, and there's Twitter because of, as I've said before, there's someone that does posts that I need to keep up to date on there, and I wouldn't be on it other than that. And then I discovered that someone started up Blue Sky, and Blue Sky is like that, what Twitter X was at the beginning. So Blue Skies, at the beginning, it's all very, shall I say, liberal, democratic, kinder, gentler place. And X is a cesspool, and it's hard. And there are some good, kind posts on there and good, kind people on there. But anyway, my point is that if you went on there and you started to read some of the posts that are about Trump and his trip to Saudi Arabia, and how wonderful he is, and how good he's doing, and he's doing such great things for the U.S. and that may be in the end of it all. I'm trying to be balanced and kind about this, but there are a substantial amount of people that think that he's a smart businessman, and I question that. But so be it. He's smart enough to get where he is and do what he's doing. And then in Canada, we have a smart man at the helm, smart with markets, smart with finances, and he's a little not so much of a showman, and he's quietly going about his business, and hasn't introduced a budget yet, which has got a lot of people in an uproar, but apparently that's not unusual. Harper took 100 days to get a budget going. So think about it. Think about, you just got in, you've taken over a big corporation. That's basically what the Canadian government is. And the opposition party and all the conservatives go, where's the budget? Where's the budget? And you're like, hey, I just got here. Let me settle in and have a look at everything. Let me see how we're going to do this. So it's like someone comes into your home and says, let me look at your budget, and you go, well, I don't have one. Well, I want one in 3 minutes. And you're like, I can't do one in 3 minutes. So that's the analogy for me. You can't do one in 3 minutes. He can't do one in a short amount of time. He has an idea, but he still has to put all the pieces together and decide what's best and how it's going to work the best way. And I'm confident he will. But there are many are like not. So there you go, where the world is just showing the two sides of everything. And if you are on one platform, and I've let it be like that because I wanted to see what was going on with other people. And now I think I'm going to back off and start blocking, because it's hard. It's hard to read that stuff. And it's hard because I'm someone that's like, I always see both sides. And so I'm kind of going, well, what if that's true? Because there's always some truth in there. There's always some truth in there. Not everyone's all evil. And not everyone's all good. We choose how we let the world see us. We choose the actions we take in the world. And a lot of good people have thoughts that are less than kind, but they don't do anything about it. They don't open their mouth. They bite their tongue. They don't act upon them. Because they're just humans doing their thing. As you are, as I am. You just, that's called being human. So as I read where, what was the quote? Something about humanity. Okay, guys, I gotta find that for you. Because it really struck me. That one. So, there isn't as much humanity as one would like, but there's enough. And we are part of enough. So there you go. There's not as much humanity as one would like, but there is enough. So on that note, as I'm shuffling the cards and seeing, okay, where are we going to go with this? Grieve your losses. So some of you are experiencing losses of how you thought life would be, losses of how you thought things would turn out. Many are experiencing the physical losses of loved ones through passing over, or through physical distance, or a moving away from, and that's happening a lot too. A lot of people are, as your energies change, there is a moving away from people in your life and towards other people, creating space for other people in your life to come in. And so there could be a feeling of loss, a feeling of emptiness. But think of it not as emptiness, but as space. Thank you very much for that. Think of it as space that's being left open for something wonderful to enter. Right? Because if you're so busy and you've got so much going on and so many friends, there's often not space for the new to come in. But once the space is there, created either by you or by circumstances that are created by you, by the way. You don't have to go that deep if you don't want to. Then space is created for the new to come in. Okay? Nurture yourself first. So whilst this space has been created, and this emptiness, nurture yourself. Retreat a little bit. Drink copious amounts of your favorite warm beverage or cool beverage, whichever part of the world you're in. Sit with a book. Sit listening to music. Oh yeah, I got music playing right now. That's, I don't know what Facebook will think about that. That's from YouTube. And I should say that, so Facebook. Recognizes that. I'm going to have to figure that out. So, anyway. It's from YouTube channel, which I will credit in comments. So, nurture yourself. Nurture yourself with the things that lift you up, the things that lighten your spirit. Do a lot of that. I do a lot of that right now. Because it's so very important. It gives you I'm hearing the elasticity to bounce back. The elasticity to bounce back. give you the fortitude to carry on. I guess I got some old-fashioned guides going on here. It's the elasticity to bounce back and the fortitude to carry on. Because carry on we must. So I had a lovely surprise yesterday, a text announcing unexpected gift. And a substantial unexpected gift. And that was quite lovely, because I was like, okay, we had to put money into my husband's car. We've got property taxes coming up. Life. And in the back of my mind, it's okay, I could do this, I could do that. All the ways in which I might deal with it. And it wasn't a huge worry. It wasn't a big worry. But I wouldn't even say I was worried about it. It was just like taking up some brain space in the best way to go about it. And then we went in to sign off on our taxes, and darn, I put that on my Interac card rather than my Visa card, to the accountant, who's lovely. But we're getting some money back, not a lot, by the time we pay the accountant. But I gave her a referral, and she gifted me with a $50 gift card. How lovely is that? Platt and Associates in South Surrey, White Rock. She's just it's a lovely firm. Lovely, lovely firm. So that was a nice surprise as well. So before that, so here's the thing. Before that, I was in Canadian Tire, and I was looking for a clothesline that would pull out from something to put out my back patio rather than just a rope, which is what I ended up getting. But there was a woman with a dog, a red poodle, in the doggy aisle, and they're looking at toys. And I said to her, because I'm always talking to people, I said, "Are you letting him pick out a toy?" She said, "Yes, he wants this one." But she said, "It's too much money, and I'm trying to get him interested in these, which aren't as much money, and he'll tear them apart so quick to get the squeaker." And what was too much money was $8.99. It was a hard red ball with a squeaker in it. And this dog goes into hospitals and stuff. So he's a comfort dog. So I'm thinking to myself, I think I have money in my purse, because I often don't, but I've started to carry some for instances like this. So I said, I'm just superstitiously feeling around in my purse, got my hand in my purse, and I'm going, yep. Now look, it's a $10 bill. I picked up the toy, I gave the $10 bill, and I said, "Here, get him the toy." She said, it's an older woman. "Oh, I can't do that." I said, "Yes, you can. Yes, you can. This is just a gift." And she said, "Well, thank you." So I walked out of there thinking, like, okay, because our better angels give us opportunities. So they give us opportunities to show that we feel wealthy, that we can be generous, no matter how we feel sometimes. And so I just did that. And lo and behold, after that, I got this delightful text. We go to the accountant, I was like, oh, please. Because it's quite, we went to her because we were kind of in the end fallout of my husband not working, corporate stuff closed down, all that kind of stuff. And so we needed a really good accountant. So a really good accountant is not inexpensive, let me tell you. So I think it's $441 each. So she's looking at where all the income splitting, all that kind of stuff, and you're just paying for that expertise. And I'm like, oh, could I do this myself? And I'm thinking, probably I could. I'm not sure I want to. But I went in thinking, if it's under $1,000, no, I'm going. If it's under $800, I'll be good with that. So I was pretty close. I was pretty close. And with the $50 Starbucks gift card, then I was close. And then with the refund that we both got even closer. How cool is that? So the universe has a way of going, here you go, here you go, here you go. Right? There you go. So it's trusting in the universe, right? We've got to trust that the universe has our backs. And I am pragmatic about it. I don't go willy-nilly spending money. I'm pragmatic about it. So I'm picking a card just for fun, address your addictions. So for any of you out there, I'm going to give you an example. I started to do intermittent fasting. And that requires no milk in your coffee in the morning, and so I'm not eating till around 11:30 noon, and then I'm finishing anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30. And I'll cut back on my carbs and my sugar. So what are my addictions? My addictions have been chocolate, and over months I've let the chocolate go. Then it became dates. Good dates, not the Majuli dates. They're a little too expensive, but Everland has a brand of organic dates, and those are good. So I now are eating those more judiciously. Then now it's a light hot chocolate from Carnation, which is my last kind of sweet treat before the day is closed. All of this I try to do before 6:37, and then I do water pick my teeth and use dental floss and toothpaste, so that the idea of doing that all over again if I eat something is just beyond. So I just don't. So the addiction, so what's happened during this is that some of the things that thought I was addicted to are slowly just dropping away. And I'm really interested to observe this, to see how things have changed without me really I'm not following a diet per se. I didn't even get a book on intermittent fasting. I just looked up intermittent fasting, looked up for intermittent fasting women over a certain age and the best way to do it. What I've discovered is all the times we eat when we're not hungry, right? So it might be all the times you eat when you're not hungry, which was a big thing for me, because when I smoked, if I was smoking a lot, I was also eating a lot. It went hand in hand. So I'm not eating when I'm not hungry. That's really, really become a much smaller component of my day. Then the other thing I've noticed is, so you may notice this, what are you addicted to? What do you do without thinking about it that you reach for to soothe yourself? I'm not saying I'm totally clear of doing this, because the other day I ate half a pint of vanilla ice cream. I love ice cream. It's cold, it's sweet. It was good ice cream. But I was like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm not doing it every day. So is that an addiction? No, that was but I noticed it. So what do you do to soothe yourself? Is it drinking wine, spirits, beer? Is it smoking? Is it exercising too much? And you may say, well, you can't exercise too much. But if you're using exercise to escape, it's a healthier addiction, I'll give you that. It is. So just look at how you use different things in your life, and whether they're serving you. Oh, thank you. There's the thing. Is it serving you well? And if it's not, you might want to observe it and look and go, well, it's not serving me so well anymore. And maybe with exercise, you've got injuries from over-exercising. So it's just stepping back and looking at how you feel after you've eaten certain foods or had too much alcohol or working, exercising through injuries, looking at all of that and like, is it time to reevaluate what I'm doing to soothe myself? Because there's a lot going on out there, and sometimes it's an automatic thing to reach for something to soothe yourself without regard for how it will impact you mentally, emotionally, or physically, right? Okay. One more they go. One more. It's funny, I'm doing this and and I hear, for entertainment purposes only, allegedly I hear Trump's end is near. I have no idea what that means, what that entails. I'm just throwing it out there because I could be right. Trump's end is near. And it'll be a bit of a shit show when that happens. And if that happens, tune out the distractions. The world is not coming to an end. It's not time. There's too much. This planet has so much help. So much help. We're being observed with great joy and interest because where we go, they all go. All of the intelligent universes out there, they're looking to see what's going on. So our planet is, despite evidence to the contrary, is going to be just fine. It's going through big changes, but that's as old as time. As old as time. How it will look in the end is going to be so interesting because there's so much coming out. There's so many solutions, and if I were writing that, I'd go SOUL, solutions coming up that are amazing in terms of alternate alternate packaging instead of plastic that will dissolve in water. Think of the oceans. Closer to nuclear, atomic, there's something that happened that they've done in Canada which makes us one step closer to something perpetual energy. I don't know, something like that for an engine. So there's so many things going on, and you're like, yes. There's so many people go, well, don't like this whole new green earth thing. Like, I tell you, it is a good thing. There's so much good that's going to come from this, and in a market, definitely money to be made from this. But we're in between times where people are like, cannot conceive of a Star Trek world or an Avatar world or a world where, there's a lot of people are still stuck in the dystopian world of whatever, right? So we got a lot of young people that believe in cool stuff, right? That are working, that are brilliant minds and very young coming up with stuff. Because that's who they are, and we're fortunate to have them on planet with us. So if you're one of those young people, thank you. If you have these really cool ideas, find your tribe and play them out. Thank you. Because that's how things happen, right? That's how things happen. So on that note, I'm going to say so long, farewell. Have a happy Saturday. And remember to nurture yourself. Don't get distracted by all the noise out there, that noise really has no place in your life. I mean, it doesn't really. It doesn't have a much place in your daily life. And if you focus upon it, you begin to think it does. It doesn't. You got your life, you got your family, you got your job, you got your community. Just place your attention upon that and grow all the good stuff within that. You know, be the candle for everyone, the light for everyone else if you can, right? And encourage them to do that for each other. Okay, that's all. Love you all, and happy Saturday. Bye for now. Linda from Go for the Joy.